It's your boy, Mark My Words, back to you. Another part of this series, man. We're talking about why you and your partner might be experiencing some problems in the bedroom. Y'all having issues. You're not having sex like you used to. You're trying to figure out why you're not having sex with your lady like you used to. Now, we've already discussed in a couple previous videos about how your finances can affect your sex levels, right? How your health and fitness can affect the sex you're having with your partner. How having a new child can affect how you and your partner are getting down in the bedroom. So today, we are going to talk about your sleep schedules and your work schedules. Now, I know we mentioned that in the very first video. We mentioned a lot of things, but today we're just going to go in depth and give you a couple ways on how it's probably affecting your sex life and things that you can do to get it back on track. Because once again, bro, we never come on here and talk about a problem without a solution. Real men are solution based. So we're always going to talk about solutions and how we can get better in these areas, bro, because we want you to thrive in your relationship. That's just it, bro. We want you to do well in your relationship, because if you're doing well in your relationship, you're going to do well out here in the world on your mission. You understand? So like, share, and subscribe to the channel for me. I appreciate that greatly, all right? Now, you and your partner are going through some problems. You're not having sex like you used to, right? First couple months, first year, it was a lot. It was all the time, right? You guys were making time to have sex. And sometimes it was very spontaneous. Sometimes it was at different places. It really wasn't an issue, but you may have hit a wall, right? You may have hit a spot in you guys' relationship where you're just not connecting sexually like you used to. So you're trying to figure out why, because everybody always wants to, figure that part out, and rightfully so. You're always thinking like, what's going on? Why are we having problems in the bedroom? And ultimately, what can we do to fix it, right? So something that's rarely ever talked about is your work schedules and your sleep schedules. Your work schedules and your sleep schedules. Bro, listen to me. If you and your lady are not aligned, you will be out of alignment. You know how when your car is out of alignment and your car pulls to the right or to the left or the steering wheel shakes? That's what happens when you and your partner are out of alignment, okay? That can happen due to a series of things. But one thing that does this to couples, and they rarely ever realize it, is the work schedules, okay? Now, we know that a lot of couples work first shift, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, 7 to 3 type stuff. And they get up and leave the house around the same time, come home around the same time. But if in fact you aren't doing that, okay, it can throw your situation out of whack. So I understand that when we're younger, depending on where we're at in life, a lot of times we'll work the schedule that we have to work because we're trying to make a certain amount of money because we have financial goals. And we all need to meet financial goals. Like, that's a real thing that will never change. You're always going to have financial goals, or you should, right? But you might have to be putting in some overtime. You might have to be working some weekends, picking up an extra job or two, right? Or your wife might be doing that for you guys to supplement the income or save money to buy a new home. You want to buy a new car. You're putting your kids through college or private school. So it affects you. And what we don't realize when we take the position is that we're focused on the financial goal. We're focused on how much we can save. We're focused on how much extra money we're going to have. We rarely ever focus on the fact that when you and your partner get home together, you normally eat together. Then you normally walk the dog together. You normally watch some TV together. You spend time together. You guys are aligned. You get your showers around the same time. Then you end up going to bed around the same time. Consequently, you end up waking up around the same time as well. You're very much aligned, okay? So, if your work schedule is off, bro, if she's working 3 to 11, you're working 7 to 3, okay? She's literally going to work when you get off of work. And how that matters is, I know she's been up all day because she got up with the kids, take them to the bus stop, all that stuff. But what happens is, your body is going into a certain level of relaxed mode when you get off of work. It happens to everybody. If you ever see people walking out of work, they just look like the stress is going down a little bit. They're off of work for the day. Even if they're going to do something, they no longer have to worry about being on the clock, right? So you're getting off at 3 o'clock. If she's getting ready to go to work, that's a total different mode that she's in, that you're in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 5 days a week. So whether you guys are seeing each other or you're not, she's in a total different mode at 3 o'clock, bro, than you are. You're on relax mode. You might be getting ready to run some chores, getting ready to be, listen, because when we transition from going from work to being dad, that's a different mindset as well, right? It's a different mode. Regardless of how many kids you got, what their ages are, where you live, how far you got to travel, that's a different mode. She is in a different mode because she's going to work. So she's getting herself ready. She's getting prepared. She's packing her lunch. She's dealing with traffic. She's driving a little faster. You're driving a little slower. Things are different. You guys are at two different places at the same time of day. Again, that's 5 days a week. So, bro, when you're going home and you're dealing with the kids and you're doing everything that you got to do with the kids, running people to practice, doing homework, making sure everybody eats, getting showers, she's at work. Now, she might be at work and she could be a nurse, bro. But her mind is focused on work at the time. Your mind is focused on the kids. And so although you love your wife, although you love your partner, and she's doing positive things to better your family, she's still in a different mindset than you are at that time of day and for hours, actually. So let's just keep running with this. Now, if you work 7 to 3, that means, bro, you probably got to get into bed by 10 o'clock. She's getting home at 11:30. She's getting home at 11:30. She's not clocking out until 11. So, bro, at 10:45, you might be actually sleeping. You might be in your first phase of sleep, bro. And she's still, her mind has to stay sharp because she's at work. She's at work. And so what happens is a lot of times you're like, oh, babe, I'm going to stay up for you. We're going to get frisky tonight. Well, you might stay up for her, but let's just check this out. What is your energy level at 11:30? Maybe even 12 by the time she gets home, gets a shower, and gets herself together. Your energy level's at the lowest it's going to be all day. The lowest, I'm telling you, the lowest energy level you're going to have all day is right before you go to sleep. She is getting off of work. So not saying her energy's super high, but just an hour ago, bro, she was seeing patients. So she does have a different level of energy. Even her cortisol levels are higher, right? You've had time to come down. You understand? So you're a lot more relaxed. So the energies are hard to meet in the middle. And so what you'll find is that even if you're trying to plan to have sex, even if you guys are trying to plan to be intimate, it is hard to match the energies because of your work schedules. You guys are now, and this goes on for weeks, maybe months, for some people, a couple years. There's almost no time in the day that you guys are at the same energy levels, that your mind state is at the same. It's not going to be. Mentally, at 12 o'clock, bro, you're at lunch. 12 o'clock in the afternoon, bro, she might be doing stuff. She might be sleeping. You just never know. But you guys are hardly ever aligned at the same time of day. So what happens is you guys are still trying to carry on this sexual relationship that you had before, when you guys' work schedules are aligned, and it isn't working well. It isn't working well. So the biggest thing is that you have to be prepared that it's going to be off. Now, yes, if you work 7:30 to 3:30 and she works 8:30 to 4:30, that's not that big of a difference. But if there is a 2 to 3 hour window, bro, that you're working and she's not, or vice versa, however that may go, meaning she works 6 to 2 and you work 10 to 6, you guys, it's going to be harder to sync. Now, you can at some point in the evening, but bro, it's harder to sync if you have an extra job and she does not. She's in mommy mode at 7 o'clock at night. You might be working at a dealership. You guys are at different points, bro. Okay? So linking up to have sex is going to be a challenge. Now, what can you do about it? Of course, we always talk about what we can do about it. The weekends are paramount. Listen, you have to focus on your partner on the weekends. That does not mean you have to spend 24 hours a day with them. But you have to say, listen, every Friday night or every Saturday night, we are going to close the bedroom. We're going to lock the door. We're going to throw on a movie. We're going to go out and chill. We're going to do something together, because if you guys are not connecting on the weekends, here we go. It was 5 days you guys really didn't align. You might have been asleep when she came home. The weekend, you guys don't really connect. You're like two ships passing in the night. Boom. Now here's another week. Bro, in the course of 12 to 13 days, you guys haven't connected intimately. And you have to do that, especially if your work schedules are different. You have to make a point for you guys to align sexually, because that is the fastest way for two human beings to connect. You understand me? So if you guys are connecting even on the weekends, you keep that spark going just enough for you guys to get through that period of time. Because most relationships, bro, don't survive two different work schedules for too long a period of time. You're not going to meet too many people who say, oh yeah, for 10 years, he worked overnights and I worked 6 to 2. That's usually not how it goes, bro. Normally, you guys got to be in the same type work schedule, so you're in the same type flow, and you guys have areas of time every day that you can align with each other. Now, because of the different work schedules, we touched on the fact that you're not going to be revved up at the same time she's revved up. Let me tell you something, ladies. I know you're thinking that he didn't see you all day and that he should be ready to go automatically when he sees you come out of the shower. But sis, if he has a physical job, if he's on his feet the entire day, if he's carrying around heavy stuff, if he's operating heavy machinery, when he gets into bed, he is tired. That man is tired. That doesn't even count the extra driving he was doing, driving the kids around. That doesn't count the yard work he might have been doing. He probably is exhausted. And so if you have different work schedules, he's already going to be exhausted when he gets to the bedroom. It's hard enough to then wait up for you if you come into bed later. So since we're talking about the work schedules, let me just throw in something here. It is very, very important for you guys to align when you end your evening, okay? And when I say end your evening, I'm not talking about go to sleep. I'm talking about end your evening, meaning if you have yard work to do, sir, and she normally gets done cleaning the kitchen at a certain time or getting the kids to bed at a certain time, it is very, very important for you guys to be getting your showers and relaxing for the evening at the same time. It's very important because for a lot of you, that's the only window that you have each other to yourselves. So that means, sir, at 8 o'clock, if the kids are going down at 8 o'clock, 8:30, and she's done for the night being mom, that means that ball game you're watching, you might have to DVR it, bro, and check it out tomorrow. You might have to cut the volume down and talk to her while you're watching the game. You might have to do that. Sis, you might not be able to talk to your sister and your friends at 8 o'clock at night because that's the only time he gets your undivided attention. Part of being aligned sexually is being aligned for those intimate periods of the day. And a lot of times that intimacy just comes with sitting on the couch, rubbing each other's feet, man, holding hands, watching a movie, just being locked into the same thing at the same time. It makes a huge difference. Now, we talked about work schedules a bit. And listen, my advice to you guys is try to get on the same shift. I'm telling you, because you don't want to go through a period of time. It's bad enough you're not seeing each other. But if you're also not having sex, and it's obvious that a lot of times that's what, that's a byproduct of you guys working different schedules. You're not having sex and you're not seeing each other. Come on, man. That's a one-way trip to disaster. And we're trying to keep the relationships together, not let them go apart, right? Not let them grow apart. So my advice would be to get on the same work schedules. And if you can't right now at this minute, make sure that you're making time on the weekends. You have to make time on the weekends. It is critical that you make time on the weekends for each other to spend time by yourselves and hopefully have sex as well, because it's very, very important. Now, sleep schedules. So a lot of times the sleep schedules can be interrupted also by the work schedules. Because once again, even if you just work 10 to 6, bro, and she works 6 to 2, she's going to go to bed earlier than you because you get off later than her, okay? And why does this matter? Why does it matter what time we go to bed, Mark? Why does it matter if I'm watching TV and she goes to sleep first and all that type of stuff? Let me tell you something, bro. As we talked about our energy levels, our cortisol levels, right? When your cortisol is very, very low, it should be very, very low before you go to bed. there are other things in your body that can then take flight. Okay, when your cortisol's high, it's hard for those other things to take flight in your body. So meaning it's very hard for you to focus on sexual energy and you being intimate with another person when you're stressed out. That makes your cortisol go high. Well, you're stressed out at 8 o'clock at night. Maybe you're watching games, you're drinking alcohol, right? Or you're out and about, you're running around. You could be finishing up yard work at 8:30. But if that woman is in the bedroom and she's getting a shower and her cortisol levels are very, very low because she has de-stressed, she has maybe stretched a little bit, she might have just, obviously a relaxing shower or a bath, she's relaxed. Now you guys are at two different points at the same time of day. So when it comes to the sleep schedules, let's just say you don't have conflicting work schedules, but a lot of you, your wife will go to bed at 9 o'clock, you don't go up to the bedroom till 10:30. Or vice versa. You're going up to bed at 9 o'clock, she doesn't come up till 10:30. Listen to me. You guys going upstairs at the same time, or going into your room at the same time, watching the same television program or doing the same activity, meaning reading, you're on your laptop, whatever it is that you do before you go to bed, and you guys cutting the lights out at the same time is going to have you aligned. You understand? If you have two children who you guys put to bed at the same time every day, it is a good chance they're going to wake up at the same time every day. You know why? Because they're aligned. They're in alignment. So you guys can't expect to be aligned sexually if you're not aligned with your schedules, and especially your sleep schedule. Because once again now, she might be feeling frisky on Thursday night, bro, at 8 o'clock. But you're not used to going upstairs till 10:30. So you're wired, you're all doing this, doing that, and you want to go do some stuff. You want to go outside the house. She wants to go up in the room and get intimate with you. You're not at that space yet. Oh, babe, just wait on me. I'll be up there at 9:45. Well, by 9:45, bro, she's tired. She wants to go to sleep now. Okay? You got to find a middle ground. Then also, too, the wake-up times. Let's be clear. Because your body goes through different phases throughout the night. Okay? So you might be in a super deep sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. She might wake up, go to the bathroom, and want to get frisky for a few minutes. You're not ready for that because your sleep schedules are off, bro. You're in a different phase of sleep than what she's in at 2 o'clock in the morning, even in the morning, right? Even in the morning. You wake up, you have all this sexual energy, you're ready to go. You might take a shower. You might want to get something in before you go to work. Bro, if she went to sleep way earlier than you or she went to sleep way later than you, she doesn't want to do that. You guys aren't aligned. So I see a lot of couples that will come and talk to me about them going to bed at different times, and they're wondering why they're not having sex like they used to. You guys aren't aligned. So your bodies don't match up. They do not match up. So before, you guys used to, you might have worked different schedules, or you might have went to sleep at different times. You also didn't live with each other. So it was a lot different back then. But now that you live with each other, it is very, very important that you do as many things at the same time as you can with your partner. Okay? That does not mean that you have to be with them all the time. But if she eats dinner at 6, bro, and you're out with the guys, try to eat dinner at 6. Because guess what happens? By 9 o'clock, when she has digested all her food and she's in a relaxed mode and she gets a shower and she's ready to get frisky, you will also have digested your food. And now all you need is a shower, and you'll also feel like being frisky. But brother, if she ate at 6 and you ate at 8:45, what's going on at 9:30, bro? You still got that bloated feeling. You know how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you're just a little full, right? So it takes a while for that digestion to work itself out. Now it's 10:30, you're ready. She's sleeping. She's sleeping. So you guys being aligned with your first of all, with your work schedules, that's very, very important. But with your feeding schedules and your sleep schedule, bro, if you guys can align on those things, I'm telling you that the sex is way more likely to happen. Just because you're going to be feeling the same way at the same times of day. You're going to be feeling the same way at the same times of day. Really take a hard look. If you guys are having problems in the sexual arena, really take a hard look at your work schedules and your sleep schedules. And a way to align that, it's hard to do something about your work schedules, but a lot of you nowadays, you're working remote. You're working from home. You're picking your work schedule at work. You can go in certain days you don't have to go in. Hey guys, listen, that's your partner. You might as well do stuff on the same days if you can. You're going to the gym Saturday morning. She's going to a class at 8 o'clock. You go to the gym at 10. Why are you guys going at different times? Doesn't even make any sense. Nobody's saying you don't have to go together. You don't have to go in the class she's in. But again, the timing. Because guys, think about it. Your best sexual encounters normally happen because the timing was good. You were feeling good. She was feeling good. The kids weren't in the house. You guys were ready to go. Everything was set. Like the timing was good. Well, the way to get your timing in sync is to control the controllables. You can control what time you go to bed, bro. Absolutely you can. And if that means you got to cut the TV off a little early, bro, you got to do that. If you got to come in the house from being out back with your neighbor a little bit earlier, you have to do that. The same thing for your wife. But it starts with us. It starts with us, man. We know we're the gateway to all the happiness, man. Because we normally can make the changes in our household we need to make. So if you can align your work schedules so that you're getting up at the same time, that you're leaving the house at the same time, you're literally fighting traffic at the same time. And I know it seems weird, but guys, there's this cycle that starts to happen. And when you're stressed out, she's stressed out with traffic. When you're relaxed at lunch, she's relaxed at lunch. When you're ready to eat dinner, she's ready to eat dinner. So now when it comes to that period of time where just naturally as a human being, you're ready to get a little frisky with your mate, it can happen at the same time. You'll be a lot more aligned. So then if you can take it a step further, get your sleep schedules together. Sleep schedules together. Guys, most of you guys are going up in your bedroom somewhere between 8:30 and 10:30 every night. And you're getting up somewhere between 5:30 and 7. It would take a little tiny adjustment for you guys to start doing this in sync. And it will really work for you, bro. Really gonna work for you. I promise you that. It is very hard to be super aligned with somebody and not have some, obviously a romantic partner and not have some sexual feelings about you, man. It just is. You're gonna be in sync. So listen, this is one of those ongoing conversations. This is one of those things that don't stop, bro, because your schedule could change due to a myriad of things. And we can get off track because we sometimes don't see what we're doing while we're doing it. Meaning we're watching a show that comes on at 10, where we could DVR it and watch it tomorrow at 7, but we just want to watch the first air, right? We're watching these games. Our favorite teams on the West Coast. We live on the East Coast. They don't even play till 10 o'clock. But, bro, they play how many games throughout the season? That's how many nights you're not getting to bed with your lady. And I don't know about you, but if you're in a relationship where your favorite team is more important than your wife, you should probably be talking to a divorce lawyer, homie. Be honest with you. As I said, though, ongoing conversation. If you are one of these guys, if you're having this issue and you feel like, man, this video was interesting, but I could use some one-on-one exchange to try to come up with a plan to try to get me through, because I really don't want to go through this situation with my wife. Click the link in my description, bro. Book a call with me. We'll get on the phone. We will talk about some options, maybe a plan to put together so that you can get back on track in your relationship. It might be that I need to hook you up with a family therapist, bro. It might be that you need a sex therapist. It might be that you need a nutritionist or a trainer or something like that, because you might not be living your best self health-wise, and that might be affecting what's going on in the bedroom with you and your folks. Either way, go in the description, click the link, book a call with me. We'll talk about it, bro. We'll see if we can figure out some ways to help you, because there is no reason for me to come on here if I'm not helping you. There's no reason for you to be watching me if you don't get help. And sometimes we have to take that further step. So as men, a lot of times we do not have somewhere to go to talk about our issues that we're having, that we want to fix, and we don't have the solutions to. So that's what I'm here for, bro. So I appreciate you for tuning in. Hopefully this video gave you value. If it did, share it with one guy you know, bro. Just one guy that you think might be going through something like this, all right? It is your boy, Mark My Words. I'll get back with you on the flip side, homie.